You're not answering my question. You're not answering my question. Yeah. What's my question?
Oh, look at that. Jihadi next door. Jihadi next door. Jihadis drink coffee as well, which is good. At least they drink coffee. Nothing normal. Oh, look who's here. Oh, the Jihadis. The Jihadis.
الكون لنا وطنا توحيد الله لنا أعددنا الروح له سكنا الإسلام لنا دينا جميع الكون لنا وطنا أول بين
It's not very easy to be cool down.
Sometimes we're talking about the same thing. Like we got a little stuck on the miracle. He has to go back and report.
You right, Abu? You, Mr. Kasim. You, Mr. Kasim, isn't it? How you doing, Abu? What were you doing on Aldwych yesterday? What were you doing on Aldwych yesterday? They weren't a very nice bunch of people you were with yesterday, were they? What were you doing with Hizbut Tahrir, Abu? Abu, what were you doing with Hizbut Tahrir? Calling for a world caliphate. You were calling for a caliphate on Aldwych yesterday, Abu. What do you have to say, Abu? What do you have to say about your friend Anjem? What do you have to say about your friend Anjem Chowdhury? You still hanging out with Anjem Chowdhury, Abu?
What does it actually mean?
You still hanging out with Anjem Chowdhury, Abu? Abu, you seem a bit quiet. Are you still hanging out with Anjem Chowdhury?
Your camera's not going to hear anything because
How's Anjem Chowdhury, Abu? Are you still praying with Anjem Chowdhury? Are you still praying with Anjem, Abu? You're very quiet, Abu. Why are you so quiet, Abu? Mr. Kasim, why are you so quiet? How's Anjem? Send him my best regards, won't you? So Abu, you're filming here today for Adnan, are you? Adnan and Mansour. Abu, you're filming for Adnan Rashid today, are you? Does Anjem Chowdhury know what you're doing today? Does Adnan know what you're doing, I wonder? You are an associate of Anjem Chowdhury, aren't you, Abu?
why don't you respond to him that he's
Exactly! You're an associate of Anjem Chowdhury.
Who is worse, Tommy Robinson?
Oh, let me think. Anjem Chowdhury or Tommy Robinson? Let me think.
The same. They're both the same. He loves one of them and you love the other one.
But this man prays with Anjem Chowdhury. Only 4 years ago. There's photographic evidence, there's video evidence. Have a look at my Twitter feed. Abu, have a look at my Twitter feed and you'll see yourself. This guy is filming for this guy. That's the cameraman. There, look. Yeah, look. Yeah, have a look. He's filming this, he supports ISIS, he's filming for them. And I'm an extremist. This guy here, where is he? You're filming for them, aren't you? I don't know. I'm not his babysitter. So basically, why do you support ISIS? Why are you filming for the Dawah teams when you support ISIS? You're a threat to the UK. You need to be locked up, man. Straight. You're a danger. And you're filming for the Dawah teams. Do they agree with your views? Do they agree with your views? You support Anjem Chowdhury and ISIS, and you're filming for your for these guys. Do they support you? See, it's ridiculous. Absolute joke. Absolute joke. Joke.
الكون لنا وطنا توحيد الله لنا أعددنا الروح له تسبحا الإسلام لنا دينا وجميع الكون لنا وطنا
It's not the only reason we cool down.
If you look today in Britain, it's capitalism, secularism, freedom, liberty cannot provide the solutions for people.
In terms of the Muslim community in the UK, it accounts for about 5% of the UK public. What are you hoping to achieve from something like this and telling them not to vote?
I mean, first of all, it's to save the people from their own sins and crimes. We want to protect the people from falling into this disbelief and apostasy from Islam out of their own ignorance.
People say that at a time like this, it's actually quite important for Muslims to vote, especially with the sort of rise of Islamophobia.
Voting for a legislator instead of God, it is the greater evil among, that is the greatest evil. Voting itself, it is the greatest crime of all against God. Much worse than all of the crimes that the British government are doing against the Muslims, the people who are behind bars without trial, for decades. Even all of that is nothing compared to the crime of associating partners with God.
I'm actually quite surprised by the fact they've actually managed to get a lot of people to stop and talk to them, and in fact people are coming over quite curiously and starting this discussion. I guess that's a way of opening up the debate.
Going over and over and over again. You fear the creation. We don't fear the creation. We only fear Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. We will get.
So you welcome. You said a moment ago that you welcome an increase in Islamophobia. So you welcome more black people being killed. You said you welcome Islamophobia.
I welcome.
So if you welcome that, that means more of your brothers and sisters are going to be killed.
No,
madness,
that's
madness.
the way victory. That's the way victory will come.
So I just see you have a heated debate there.
Yeah.
What was it about?
Well, they think that they should vote. I was asking them if the EDL marched down this high street, would they just allow it to happen? And they never gave me an answer.
Are you making a point that them not voting in the upcoming elections is actually going to be detrimental to the Muslim community?
Voting isn't going to change an immense amount. But if UKIP move the centre ground to their arena of bigotry, that is a reason to go out.
Many of them think that we are Muslims by taken by their characters, by the carbon copy of Yehudis. And many will think that Muslims who are took your characters and who are we don't think they occupied the Khilafah, the Abu Bakr al-Baghdadi, because in their hearts they are Jewish traits. Because as news we can see the word ISIS doesn't exist. In the news and around the world they acknowledge that is a Khilafah, they call it Islamic State. That before there was ISIS, but news in the report that says that they consider as a non-Muslims is to be Islamic State, according to news report. Captured by the oil fields, complaining about this disgraceful humiliation by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala blessed with the Khilafah and you reject it. You have a Muslim name by the heart and you look like a character of a Yehudi.
So here's another guy that actually has a cameraman, Abu Qasim, that supports ISIS. He had a conversation in 2003, Adnan Rashid, with Sheikh Faisal. Saeed wants people to go to my local temple to speak to my mother. So what we will do here is we'll make sure that we expose this guy. So Adnan Rashid is somebody that used to know Sheikh Faisal in 2003. He denies it. His camera, Abu Qasim, is somebody that supports ISIS. So Adnan Rashid, you're done at here. You're done at here. Just rolled up on all the mans. Each camera said ISIS, 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 ISIS between each one that was recording.
You saying running up on people?
Yeah, somebody just smacked my camera on the floor, so I need to go to the police.
Today's that day. And then tomorrow you He opened the blind man's eyes to see. He lay one able to walk.
So what I'm going to do every week, I'm going to expose the extremists in the community.
Every week
you attack the people. They're calling me an extremist, but this guy's an extremist. You want to go to my temple, Saeed? I'll make sure people go to your mosque to find out who's in there. The FBI, I'm on my side. So don't fight for me. Get that jinn out of you, pussy hole. Get that jinn out of you. Get that jinn out of you. You support, your brother's a copper. Your brother works for the feds. He's a policeman. Are you going to say that? You say it again. What are you going to do? What are you going to do, Padida? You're going to send people around my temple? You want people to come to my temple when my mum goes? Are you crazy? Are you crazy sending mans to my temple? You're attacking my... You're an extremist. You're an extremist. You have Sheikh Faisal. Sheikh Faisal. Sheikh Faisal. Sheikh Faisal. Your cameraman is Abu Qasim. Oh, you say you're extremist?
Believe that Allah will protect us, regardless where we are. If you won't get caught in this today, tomorrow they will come and knock your door. Now this case is very important for Muslims because this is the first step. This is the first step to make Muslims' life hell in this country. We all know that. I have no doubts about it. If anyone's got doubts about it, go and find out. This case is very important, and this case needs our support. We have businesses, we have lives, we have children to take to school. But this case is important. Allah does not give opportunities like this every day for Muslims to come and join Him. Now look at the story of 3 Sahabas. They did not go to jihad with Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. So Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam did not speak to them for 40 days just for not going. And they were sincere. They were not munafiq. And most of us not even sure of our iman. We pray our salah. Do we have khushu in our salah? Do Allah want our salah? When the knowledge has to be implemented. One of our brothers is on trial. The kuffar are attacking him left, right and center and we're watching. Make dua for the brother. Make dua for the brother. May Allah protect him. What about yourself? What about yourself? When Allah knows what you have learned, what you know and you haven't implemented it. the munafiq used to say, oh, it's too hot in the desert, we can't go and fight, it's too hot, we'll die. It's the same as Allah will not put you in the same situation. Every time comes with its own sophistication. The time is sophisticated, the war is sophisticated, ideologically, subliminally they have effect on our brains, that they have too much of information, they have too much of media, they have everything behind them, and they're going to do us somehow. No! Allah is with us. If we're in haq, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is with us. So rely on Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and go and help your brother. If you don't, Allah will take you out. Somehow, Allah will take you out. The Rasulullah said that anyone who knows, anyone who did not make jihad in his lifetime, and he knew the importance of it, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will make his life until the Yawm al-Qiyamah, and he will be answering to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala the knowledge he had. We all know the importance of this. Now I explained to you that the one sitting at home can never be equal to one going to the court. Like Abu Bakr radiallahu anhu, when he was in the cave with Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, there were 100,000 sahabi at Hujjat, himself being in Ghar Thawr with Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, just to give him moral support, just to be with him there, just to be with him. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala loved Abu Bakr radiallahu anhu so much, and he forgave all his sins. So Sheikh is in a problem today. His trial is going on, and no brothers are turning up to the case. And we come to listen to his lectures. When we go to the Jummah, where he goes for Jummah, there are 500 people there. But when we go to the court, there are only 20 people, or maximum 10-15 people turning up to the court. So our salah, our zakah, and our sawm are I'm no one to judge, but I'm saying only Allah knows if they're being accepted or not. But our salah, when our brother is in problem and we're ignoring that, and we're not even putting our attention to that, and we're praying salah, we're paying zakah and so on, only Allah knows if it's going to be accepted in these circumstances. The biggest farq today, one of the biggest farq we have today, is to support the brothers who are in problems, right? So Sheikh Faisal, he's got his trial going on, and his barrister was saying that he was complaining that none of the brothers are turning up. What's wrong with the brothers? Are they too scared of kuffar? Or what's the reason why they're not supporting you in this? So what my request to brother is, volunteer to come to the court to give moral support to the Sheikh Faisal, as it's one of our biggest duties in this time, and reward will come from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to support a brother in a problem. Like I just gave you an example of a book. Allah loved him so much for this reason. Rasulullah said, any Sahaba or Umar all of his life is good. Anything he's done in his life cannot match the 3 nights he spent with Rasulullah just to be there, not to do nothing, just to be and sit down with him. So us going to the court and supporting Sheikh Faisal morally, only Allah knows what the reward is going to be for that. But I'm 100% sure, the brothers in problem and us supporting us, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will love us for that, and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will guide us for that, inshallah ta'ala. So my request to brothers and sisters is to support Sheikh Faisal as much as they can, by any means necessary, inshallah ta'ala. There's nothing more important than this. Because we're here to listen to his lecture, we should at least give this much of time to the court as well. Because Sheikh is in a big problem. So I hope all the brothers and sisters will appreciate this fact, inshallah ta'ala, and we will see some improvement in this case. Barakallahu fi. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.